Okay, so how do you pronounce your name?
How would you pronounce my name?
Gertel.
Grutle?
Gertel.
It's Grutle, so it's not Grutel. It's Grutle. But if
if I say Grutle,
no?
you'll be fine?
Grutle,
no?
that's good. You can say
Grutle?
not Grutel, but Grutle.
Grutle.
That's okay.
Nobody in the band was ever on a television show?
Никогда не были на телешоу.
Приглашали, но...
Это не наш стиль.
Да. Это были обычные фриковские передачи.
Yes, they invited us, but it was not very beautiful TV shows.
Was it a show called The Brady Bunch?
What is it?
Well, I heard that in Russia you were, or she was on a show called The Brady Bunch, and her sister kept saying, Masha, Masha, Masha. Is that true?
What is it, Brady Bunch?
Alright. So Russia is not very Americanized. American television does not really come to Russia.
No.
Alright. Is it because Americans are stupid?
Of course no. Of course no.
Alright, you can say something in Russian about Americans that we will never know. Like,
Скажи что-нибудь по-русски для американцев, что они никогда не будут знать.
Has anybody been like forward with you? Like any of the guys been trying to like sneak into your van with you?
No, I think they're all scared of me.
Scared of you?
Yes. Most men are. Let's keep it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I've not been hit on at all. I think they're all a little bit frightened of me or my Chihuahua Party Time.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's
Party
interesting.
Time's kind of my watchdog. But yeah, you know, everyone's been really respectful. I think I had one night where an audience member slapped me on the ass twice.
And what happened after that? Did you slap back?
Then I warned him. I said, you're getting kicked out. You're going to have my heel down your throat. So you decide what you'd like to do.
Very nice.
But yeah, I mean, I worked in nightlife for so many years. I don't need any schmucks to do that. I mean, I know how to handle it. But yeah, so everyone's been really respectful so far.
I've been there before, let me tell you. 'Cause there was one instance where I was crowd surfing, and then after I was crowd surfing and walking away, a guy reached right in between my legs and right up the crotch.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was awesome. Awesome.
Whoa, yeah.
With pants on and all. Yeah.
Oh,
super.
Lord.
Love
Yeah.
metal guys.
have you ever been tempted to make a cover song, a brutal song of a pop band?
Yeah, I mean, if it's the right song in the right location, but
I was thinking
an
if
ABBA
you,
song.
Yeah, you can make an ABBA song
maybe-
and call
maybe-
it Abacadabra.
we did Twisted Sister. I mean, that's
That's
pretty
not
close
pop
enough.
though, no, it's
But if
still.
you made all ABBA songs, you could call it Abacadabra as a bonus.
Yeah,
No?
that's now I got it.
So many bands say how they are inspired by Voivod. What bands were Voivod inspired by?
If I may ask a question, how original is the question, what are your influences? How important is penis size to a Scandinavian?
Well, like first to a Scandinavian man. I wouldn't know. I just know my own, and yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm not very experienced when it comes to penises, so I couldn't really tell you.
By the way, I knew this before I'm asking it, but you're related to Kronos?
We really knew about it. Oh, I'm really surprised that you knew about it. Yeah.
I'm so surprised you knew about it, Bill. Who could have ever told you?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Yes, it's true.
So we've asked Kronos about other people naming a style of music after his album. And how do you personally feel about the name black metal being taken from your family?
That was such an offense. I should take all those people to court in the name of my family, really.
I'm sure you've been asked to death about why you decided to become a pirate metal band.
Fuck that question.
Yeah, well, my question is, who can you relate to better? Grace O'Malley or Anne Bonny?
Who the hell are these people?
Oh, come on, they're from your country, they're pirates.
From my country.
Yes.
What one's that?
Actually, I think one's Irish. Scotland.
What are the names? Grace O'Malley.
Grace O'Malley and Anne Bonny.
They sound like women. Are they
They
pirates?
were, yes, and they were pirates.
Hot.
Hot.
Yeah.
Pirates. Actually, Anne Bonny was supposed to be pretty hot.
Righteous babe.
Yes, very righteous babe. So who do you think, if you knew of these girls, who do you think would you...
Boney, did you say?
Yeah, and actually let's see, Grace O'Malley stabbed a servant girl when she was 13, and
Oh, Boney,
I'm sorry,
not
Anne
Boney.
Bonny.
I thought you said like Boney.
Yes,
Boney.
she stabbed a servant girl when she was 13, and then Grace O'Malley actually gathered like 200 pirates to follow her, and she like was getting dudes left and right. So would it be Grace O'Malley?
Yeah, I love getting dudes.
You get dudes left and right, don't you?
I have to fight.
You have to fight them off into her.
My name is Layla.
Hello, Leila. My name is Grutle. Hello.
Yes. For my
Gutle.
Shut up.
Because she wanted to call you Brutal Grudel.
Yeah,
I
that's my.
would ever anyone, especially an American, ever call you Brutal Grudel as
That's
like a
actually
nickname, maybe?
one of my nicknames.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
It is. See, I
been
knew
for
it. I knew it.
It's
Bill.
been for 15 years. 15 years. Brutal Grutle.
Yeah. See, I knew it. That's why at first I'm like, is it Grudel? No, it's Grudel.
It's Brutal Grutle and Anvil actually.
What?
Because one of the guys in the crew of Morbid Angel, they thought I looked like a wrestler called Anvil.
That's
I was like, yeah, whatever, man. I'm Anvil.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, that's
Cool.
So I'll just call you Anvil for the rest of this.
No.
So you're fine. No.
Please don't.
Okay.
Anvil.
Anvil.
Anvil. Yeah. whatever.
Analville? No.
How did you meet your band members?
Вот.
How did you meet your band
Как
members?
познакомилась с участниками группы?
Match.com. Let's just make believe that Enthroned copied the style from Norway. Would you like to pretend? It's a game of pretend. Do you feel that you are betraying the Dutch? Because the people in your area were not attacked by the Vikings in history?
Actually, they were. And we made a song about it. Saying that in your face. We were the ones who pushed you behind. Put you back where you came from in your fjords.
I learned from Polish people that their stupid jokes are about Russians being stupid. So the reason why I ask you is, what do you also say Polish jokes the way Americans do, that making fun of them?
About Americans or about Polish?
Well, who are the stupid people in Russia? When you make a joke like he is so stupid.
Не, какие национальности мы называем тупыми в России?
Русских в Америке. Русских американцев.
Yeah, Russian Americans.
Some Americans that might have been familiar with Dimmu Burger for a long time been like, okay.
Did you say Dimmu Burger?
Dimmu Burger! Burger! No. I didn't say that. Just, that didn't happen.
Burger, baby.
Which Voivod song is the most Nazi? No, I'm just kidding. Music shouldn't really have politics to it, but has Voivod ever had politics?
Social messages, I guess.
It's more like social issues.
National social?
To go along with the classically trained, are you classically potty trained?
Classically potty trained. Let's see. No. I pee in bottles in the van. In fact, there's like the boys in the van, my drummer makes us stop and I don't. I actually have this funnel called the Go Girl. Have you heard of this?
Yes.
Yeah,
I've been hoping for that. I gotta
I want to get
myself.
sponsored.
Is that the one that you can fold up and put in your purse?
And it's purple.
Perfect.
And
perfect.
it's great. So
Nice.
Gatorade bottles are a must save. Anybody throws them out, I flip a shit. So it's like, do not throw out my Gatorade bottles or my big jugs of water because the Go Girl is perfect. So we're on the road and I can pee easily in any bottle as long as it's, Gatorade size.
Okay.
I've done the smaller ones and sometimes,
Does it help you fit in more with the guys being around?
Yeah,
Just
in
feel
fact, sometimes I'll pull over really late at night and I'll stand up against the van and I'll have mine and I'll feel.
That's great, because I've always, I tried to write my name in the snow once. It didn't work very
No,
well.
you got to get the Go Girl.
Yeah.
Dimmu Borgir is actually written in one word. Originally, it's a mountain on Iceland. It means a dark castle.
Then it must be a rumor.
It's written Dimmu Borgir.
It's a volcanic mountain, right?
Unless
I mean,
actual-
Iceland is volcanic. Everything in
Yeah,
Iceland
yeah.
is volcanic.
Do you think one day Dimmu Burger will destroy the world?
No,
This is very interesting. This is etymology.
Yeah, it is.
It's actually not an active volcano.
What if it suddenly became active? I mean, I know that Iceland had a problem recently.
Yeah, I mean, all the big volcanoes on Iceland are in the south of Iceland. Dimmu Borgir is in the north.
But Iceland is.
Why are we talking about this?
I'm sorry, we were supposed to.
Well, let's go to Enslaved, but I first must clear up. If you could just affirm or deny that you know the true meaning of Dimmu Burger and that it is actually not the name of any volcano because Americans have not found that in any kind of atlas.
It's not
really
a volcano.
Is the sound that Norwegian cows make. They go Dimmu, and you make burgers out of them. Here's where journalism gets ugly.
Yeah.
Is it true that you are no longer in Merciful Fate?
Never
will be.
No. I mean, nobody's fired me at least. So, but I don't know what's going to happen. Like, if anything else happens, are they going to go back to, original lineup, Timmy being? I wouldn't mind that because I never got to see the original lineup, so I would be all about that. I would be front row. If anything happens, and they ask me, I would definitely do it if I wasn't out with archenemy. But all of this is just guessing on my part. I have no idea because I haven't really talked to any of them in a long while. So.
Well, I really should be the first one to tell you then. Sometimes when you run your mouth, you don't really know who listens.
Yeah.
And one night you were referring to yourself as Prince Diamond, and the king really didn't appreciate that. Is that true, or?
No.
Do you ever remember referring to yourself as Prince Diamond?
No. I don't think I've ever done that.
Did you ever dress up as King Diamond for Halloween? Or do you have that in Sweden?
We don't have Halloween as such. It's more of an imported thing. But no. So I've never actually dressed up for Halloween ever. So the answer would be no.
Has anyone ever come to you with a Sharlee D'Angelo costume for Halloween?
No.
Are you worried anyway about global warming and how Holland will be underwater?
Oh yeah, all under the water would be nice.
I have a question. Have either of you watched the original Star Trek, the old?
Like Captain Kirk and shit. Yeah.
And when a laser hit the ship, the camera tilted and everybody tilted one way.
Yeah.
Pretend that you're on a pirate vessel and she's a lass. I'm gonna move the camera to make people see something. Just pretend you're on.
Ahoy there, wench! Yar! Let's plunder some booty and drink some rum.
I don't know. What do you want me to do?
That's actually no, you're talking about.
I'm a very awful actress. This is clearly I have not gone to acting school.
Actually, talking about that Keelhaul video, that is exactly how it was done.
Really?
Seriously.
So
the cameraman was just doing this. I was like, this is so cheap.
But it came out really well.
Yeah. In entertainment, is it very hard for an artist to speak his mind? Do they censor a lot of?
No, not in Germany. Oh no, of course they do. Yeah, they tried to do that with me once because they thought, but when you have like violent lyrics, that's a problem.
So you're not allowed to wear a swastika?
I'm not allowed to wear any swastikas.
Yeah, we have some plans on doing like one show with a huge orchestra, so that is going to be like a dream come true for us. So that's going to be great.
Maybe you could save money by doing a tour with Therian.
Yeah, but I mean it's not big enough orchestra, is it?
Or Epica.
Yeah, Apocalyptica or something.
Can you tell me where my country lies?
Do you have to do anything to take care of your voice on tour, since it's such a long tour that you've been on?
Заботишься о своем голосе в туре?
У меня бывают проблемы с моим голосом в туре. Очень часто в последнее время, к сожалению. Я имею некоторые препараты для того, чтобы, например, если у меня голос сломался, чтобы его восстановить.
So yes, sometimes now she has problems with voice on tour because we have a lot of shows one by one. But she has some medicine with her to recover like the voice very fast for the show. So, but we use it only in some special cases.
Steroids?
Steroids, yeah. How you know? How you know? Yeah.
A burger joint called Dimmu Burger.
That actually exists then?
Yeah, it does.
Cool, man. Is it good burger, so?
I don't know. I mean,
is it like the lettuce with the pentagram and stuff? The
maybe.
ketchup in the pentagram?
They put the gay in Gaelic.
It's called the gay lick because it's for licking a man's bum with.
You're a prog band from Norway. We've discussed this already. But, well... okay, black metal prog. Can you go with that? Black metal prog? Black prog? Blackened prog? Come on, do you want to come up with a new genre for yourself right now?
No, I don't come up with genres. I just never claimed to be a black metal band.
You approached to smack her.
I mean,
Yeah, you can hit me.
For us,
It's fine.
I don't hit women, you know.
Oh.
Have you ever been quoted as saying that you love your good and plenty?
I wouldn't know. Have I?
Well, in America, there is a commercial that's probably capitalizing upon your fame that says, Sharlee says, love my good and plenty, but you don't really speak in that grammatically incorrect way, do you?
Usually not, no.
So if someone were to offer you lots of money to speak in a grammatically incorrect sentence...
But it depends on if you're talking about the candy or if you're talking about...
how do you feel about the candy?
I actually like that. I mean, I haven't had it in a long time, but I do enjoy that one, yeah.
All right. For the sake of posterity, I will say Sharlee says, and then you say, love my good and plenty.
No.
No? Really?
No.
Let me just
not unless they pay me.
Let me try my version then.
Okay.
And if you're inclined to participate, then you can.
Yeah.
Sharlee says... All right, that was good. Black metalers from Norway stole the idea of bullet belts from the Mexican banditos. Somehow that became... but I wonder why the Dutch black metal bands never came on stage with wooden shoes.
I don't know. Ask them. We're not from Holland, so maybe you should ask them.
Which country are you from?
Oh my God! Sorry.
Well, so first, you didn't know about half of the biography of the band.
God.
You call yourself an interviewer. So,
He's a fake.
Everyone seems to have a bad word for Russians. Everyone hates the Russians. So, do you have a problem if you go to a country like Finland? Do people say bad things to you?
Ну, он говорит, вот вы сейчас едете в Скорпикладе, говорит, и в каждой стране, типа, это самое, все не любят русских, это самое. Бывало такое, что вам говорили что-то плохое?
Спорный вопрос еще, кто кого не любит в этом автобусе.
Yeah. Never was like that.
Never? So...
But we don't like someone's too.
Okay. So, do you have any names for, bad names for certain people from Finland? Like, is there a fat bass player from a Finnish band that you call Sraka?
Ты давай, не ржи.
У нас есть какие-то клички плохие? Самое для, да, вот, например, толстый басист финнов, которого мы называем Срака.
Мы называем ласкового дедушка.
Да.
There's a joke about Germany burning Lapland.
No, it's not a joke, they did that.
Yeah. It's not
true. It's not a joke.
And please don't feel insulted.
Please, can you insult me?
You look beautiful, but there's a rumor that you were once a man. And that your transformation into the present day.
I love these rumors. I'm standing very close to her. If she was a man before, somebody's got good work. Serious. I want his number.
I love that the man river came. Yes, finally. This is cool. Like Lady Gaga has it, and now I have it. This means
you
I
need to wear a skirt on stage.
I think I might be famous now.
But the reason why I asked that is that you were involved in other projects before, and I was wondering if when you were a man, you were called Hunter, and
He's making this up.
Was when the hunter becomes the huntress.
You're a big nerd.
I heard that there was a movie you were going to sue that was made in America, but it was already in production in Canada about one of your members. It was called Snake on a Plane.
What's some of the funniest things you ever encountered while playing?
Let me think.
Well, I'm thinking, let me ask, have you ever been asked stupid questions? Are you the master composer of Tyr?
I suppose I made the most of it, yes, but not everything.
It's all a lie.
And just watch that you sometimes get into Gunnar's Light. You know, and spend all that time on his hairdo.
Could I also point out that I don't make the vocal lines or I don't make the melody lines. It's mostly traditional music.
Really?
Yeah.
So hearing a Tyr song or a Toish is hearing a piece of your culture.
Yeah, some Scandinavian at least.
All right.
Didn't you practice?
No. By the way, you have permission to smack her.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. Have you ever been tempted in Primordial to either river dance or to have bagpipes?
River dance.
In the beginning, one of the reasons that I was turned off from black metal is it seemed that the bands were known for their stories rather than their music. How did Enthroned fit into this? Did you burn down churches or windmills?
We are not Dutch.
Were you proud of the movie 300?
I'm proud of being Greek, but I'm not proud for this movie. You know, I'm not saying that it's true that it happened like this, but it didn't happen exactly like this. You know, Ephialtes wasn't like a hunchback. You know, Leonidas, he wasn't young, he was old, but he was really clever, and he had this strategy that made everything, you know, happen in Thermopylae.
Americans learned that Athens was the area where poets and I guess it was a place of learning, but Sparta was where the soldiers came from, where these strong people came. But there was a Greek person, I forgot who it was, he laughed when he saw 300 because he said that the movie made the Spartans look so muscular. Is that a joke just that only a Greek could understand? Is there a special feeling about Spartans?
No. I think that your friend said this because I don't think, as I told you, Leonidas, he wasn't like this. He wasn't, you know, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right. He wasn't like this.
Okay.
He was older, really old, and he had the mind. He was a mind. He had the strategy to do all this. So that's how he made this. With 300 people, you know,
well,
this achievement.
What that made me think about was in the old Greece, it had city-states, and they were different from each other. It wasn't one country.
Yes.
So I wonder if in modern Greece, there's still, I don't know if the word to use is prejudice, but
yes, I understand this.
Athenians feel differently towards Spartans?
Yeah, no. This is not anymore. This, no. It's not anymore.
All right.
This was in the old days maybe, but not anymore.
Okay. Do you guys still have veto power? Like you might put on a costume and be like, look, this just looks gay. I don't want to wear this. Like it's just like awful.
When we first started talking about white, we were like, no, that's gay, you know?
Yeah.
So is Ronald McDonald Scottish or Irish?
I think he's from like, you know, Alabama or something.
Yeah, some backwoods country or part of the country.
Scottish.
Okay.
So we should have different colors than the red and white and yellow, right?
I don't think anyone cares.
I mean, is there a lot of McDonald's in Scotland?
Yeah, loads.
I'm sorry.
There's actually probably more McDonald's in Scotland than there is in America. Like, I mean, you walk the streets here, you see like, you know, fucking loads of crazy shit, like, you know, Wendy's, Arby's, you know, Jack in the Box.
Oh, we have all different.
To choose from. KFC. In Scotland, it's just McDonald's. There is no kind of culture of fast food restaurants. It's just McDonald's and that's it.
Does the clown wear a kilt and play bagpipes? Could you lift up one of your hands? And can you make a sort of puppet of it? You know, talking like that? And I don't want to take credit for this question, but being that I'm not really a journalist, I'm more of an asshole, a metal asshole. Could you have that Hans journalist ask you a question that is really important to answer for this interview? Because I don't think we've really covered anything at all musically, other than your personal tastes. For instance, hello.
Hello.
What are your influences? Have you ever been asked that question before?
Yeah. You know what? I think we should fire that guy.
All right. Is your hand better?
No, I think let's just go with normal Zebubisms.
If we ever play in Germany, yeah, sometimes.
So there was never old hatred between the countries. The young people
никогда не было этой самой старых этих вражды.
Она наблюдалась у нашего водителя Уда. Мне кажется, дедушка горел.
One time we have a driver of bus, which for sure have some hate to Russian people because of.
Okay, how about this? You're just a metal
progressive metal band from Norway.
I mean, what is progressive? What is prog? Tell me, what do you think prog is?
Communist. You wanted to be nice to the Germans by having a swastika on your van.
Вы хотите казаться красивыми немцами, нарисовав свастику на автобусе?
Отлично.
Да, отвечай.
Have you now or have you ever been a... No. Are you familiar with the Great Cat?
The Great Cat. No.
No?
Uh-uh.
Alright, because Melissa came up with that, by the way.
You know, this is the thing. It's like, you know, I am so removed from reality. I have people that mention, you know, other female metal things. I have no fucking clue. I come from an opera background, and I'm very specific about my influences, so enlighten me.
Right, sure. Actually, that you would have to ask this kid over here.
Why was the song Being Schlafengehen removed from the... No.
It's not Schlafen.
It was Strauss. You said opera.
No, well, Schlafen, well, I think I know what that means. I can see why that would be removed. No, I don't know the Great Cat. Is that a weird gay opera singer?
No, she's a New Yorker, but she sings sort of in that same hoarse, sort of thrashy voice.
I don't know. I've got to discover. You've enlightened me.
Beethoven on speed.
Beethoven.
Yeah, she's a...
I would say it would be in comparison to progressive bands from the 70s, and you do share a similar sound with them.
Yeah, but if you copy bands from the 70s, that's not progressive, that's regressive.
Well, yeah, it is regressive.
Smacker!
Yeah.
If you could be a superhero, what would you rather have as your superpower? The ability to piss out green slime or fart blue toxic smoke?
I think I don't know why I should have one of those, but if I had to, for some reason, have to choose, I would take the green slime. Because it looks cooler, I guess.
Do you have to change some of your European concepts to fit the American audience?
Not to fit me.
Like, you have the metric system, so over in Belgium you have pentagrams, but in America we have penta-ounces.
No, we have pentagons. We have pentagons.
Is there just something in the genetics of your people that allows you to drink every day and still play?
He comes from a very small place in Carolina, so all they have to do, you know, there's nothing to do there except drinking vodka.
Very lonely place, yeah.
And it's vodka that is your drink of choice. So
Yeah.
if someone gave you a bottle of whiskey, you would...
I would drink that also, but...
Yeah.
Could I have some?
Maybe.
No.
So what do you think, I guess in America we have the flavored vodkas where they actually have bottles of flavored vodka.
That's for little girls.
Getting back to the pain of the Irish people, have you ever written a song about the Irish curse?
What's the Irish curse?
In America, Irish men who have very small sexual organs, they refer to it as the Irish curse. I was wondering if there's any truth to that. Does it only happen as a punishment to people who emigrated out of Ireland on the coffin ships?
Oh, you mean so the punishment evolved over generations?
I don't know. I don't know if it's just a joke that only Irish Americans are able to say about their own sexual organs.
Oh, so you're suggesting that Americans get irony then? Is that what you're trying to suggest at the same time?
I know from speaking to you earlier that many of the Irish isms that Americans think are Irish are actually manufactured in America.
Oh, absolutely. Nearly
There's no Lucky Charms in Ireland. There's no Irish
not.
Spring.
Nearly all of them. I mean, even when we went to the bar earlier and there's like Killian's Irish Red. I never heard of that, you know? They have a drink called the Black and Tans. Black and Tan something, and the Black and Tans were almost like the brutal army of the English in Ireland who just fucking repressed and beat and fucking killed Irish people. So it's like an anti-Irish thing, but they have a drink called that. You know, it's just a name plucked out of a book. But no, nearly all of them don't exist in Ireland. We don't have any comprehension. We have like about 5 big whiskies. You go to Italy, there's like 25 Irish whiskies. You know, Diarmuid Kilbeggan's Irish whiskey from blah blah blah, and you look at the back, it's brewed in fucking Slovakia or something, you know.
As far as you know, Irish men do not have any smaller length than other ethnicities, right?
As far as I know, but you know, we have to have some sort of measuring process by which to do these things. But I don't know, it's not a rumor I've heard before, you know.
Well, according to fractal geometry, the smaller the measuring unit, the larger the length. So if you measure your penis with a yardstick, it'll be small. But
Right. I'll tell you what, we could ask Ville. Ville, do you think that Finnish men have smaller penises than Irish men? What would your opinion on that?
After seeing yours, I wouldn't agree.
Shagrath's costume in particular, instead of like, it was sort of like a horned skull thing going on here, but instead of goat horns, which it looked like, it was octopus tentacles.
It's like the cover, the old cover.
Yeah, like why the tentacles? It was on the cover. It was on his head. Is there
I
like
don't know
a
about the
nautical
tentacles really, you know, it's
thing,
just
you
the
know?
idea from the creator that made it, so.
Yeah, there's no like big fan of octopus.
Again, you know, the horns have been done and the octopus horn has never been done, so.
That's true.
Again, it's about being new, you know.
I thought it was a squid horn.
Maybe it's a squid, large squid.
No, it would have to be an octopus. I mean, squids are sort of more long, whereas octopuses are sort of more voluminous, and I just think that it was an octopus horn. That's my professional opinion.
Well, squid or octopus is the same thing.
Tentacle with suction cups.
Yeah, exactly. Horns with the suction cups.
Yeah, sorry.
They have 8 legs, but only one sexual organ.
Really?
Really?
I didn't know that.
I thought there would be one between each leg, but it's not true. Have you ever done a commercial for freecreditreport.com?
No, but I'd love to.
The old hatred of Swedes against Germans, your national hatred of them.
Was there ever a hatred like that?
I'm just...
Because see, we were never invaded, invaded, I meant to say. We were never invaded by them.
I heard that you just let them walk through it and do whatever they wanted.
Exactly. That's how we roll.
Isn't that sort of compliance?
Yeah.
Like if you let someone kill others, you're guilty too, no?
I suppose, yeah. good stuff, isn't it? We really stood up for what we believed in back then.
Satanism comes up. I know you have satanic overtones in your work. Paint me a picture of your Satan, if you will, because I know that every Satanist has very different, very varying beliefs. You know, I feel as though if you put a lot of them in a room together, they'd probably just get in a big fight.
No, like Satanism is like the most individualistic philosophy, like you said. Shut up. And then
They don't like Satan.
No.
They want you
fuck you.
They want you to go with Jesus.
No, they're responding to the bumper sticker that says honk if you like Satan.
No, my vision to make it short, because it's really complex.
Oh, size doesn't matter.
That's how you use it. Like that's the excuse of people who has a small penis, mister.
He does.
I know. Anyhow.
Wait, that's a more interesting question. Why don't you ask him about that?
What?
About the size of his.
Would you say that you're average or small, large, maybe Belgian?
No, I'm not not Belgian because I'm half English. So it would be like it would look like a roast beef with French fries around it.
You stand very close together.
Sure.
Right, so you're not typical. You can actually do that comfortably, and you're both sharing the attention.
Yeah.
So could you each give a compliment to the other one?
Oh, sure. I already said that your green eyes were witchy and beautiful, and it's very rare that you meet anyone these days with beautiful, natural green eyes. That was the first thing that struck me about you.
Yeah, hair, and the first thing that always strikes me is teeth. I don't know why. It's so strange. You have beautiful teeth.
Thank you very much.
Phase 2 of the test. Who's the prettiest one?
She is for sure.
No,
all right.
no,
You
definitely this
definitely
one
know.
here.
All right.
She's tall and she's skinny and she's got blonde hair and blue eyes.
I want dark hair. I really do.
We can switch.
You and
I don't ever feel any competition with women ever. I just never do. I grew up in a really big family. I've always wanted to support women and be nice. I mean, we're all nuts, so I feel that we have something in common. We're all fucking
You guys
crazy.
make us that way, FYI.
Yes.
Wait, say something about her death breath.
Death breath? I don't think she has death breath at all.
So what is better, Finnish vodka or Russian vodka?
Да.
That's just a joke.
We never drink Finland, but for sure Russian.
Скажи, что...
what is that?
Finnish vodka.
Do you think that it's vodka? It's have brown color, so vodka.
All right. But it's just that every time I interview a folk metal band from Finland, they're always drunk, and you seem to not be drunk. Why? Because you play good music?
Yes, because we play much better music.
I wanted to know if you think that Enslaved could simply walk into Mordor.
If Enslaved could walk into Mordor?
Yes, simply walk into Mordor, because they state in the movie you cannot simply walk in there, but do you think that Enslaved has enough brutality or enough other qualities that Mordor would welcome them with open arms?
Well, actually I think because, have you met our drummer?
No,
Oh.
but...
He's the most crazy guy in the world, so he could probably just like being an icebreaker, just tell them bad jokes.
Okay.
It looks like an orc already. So
Oh, good. So
he could just like
you wouldn't be against pretending to be an orc then?
you can just crack a few jokes about gay orcs or something like that, and then we just get to just sneak behind him.
No, I hear
and run to
Sauron.
the mountain of doom and cast the ring into the fires.
I mean, I hear Sauron's a pretty nice guy once you get talking to him and whatnot. So.
I noticed that your lyrics don't really have the word baby in them.
Baby?
You mean like... I love you, baby? Or? Yeah.
No.
Do you think that would help record sales if you had songs like that?
Absolutely.
Hold the heathen hammer high, baby.
When we were hanging out at a bar one night, you played some songs on the jukebox, and you sang along to them.
Mm-hmm.
You hit every note dead on. Did you have such uncanny pitch recognition early in life? Or is it something that you cultivated through ear training?
That's a weird question. No, I don't know. I've never thought of myself as a particularly good singer. I think I'm a better lyricist than a good singer, but I'm okay. I sang in covers bands doing Priest and Maiden and a bit of Saxon and whatever. But
You nailed Judas Priest note for note, which is not something everybody could do.
It must have been old Judas Priest. I don't know. I don't know. It must have been the whiskey.
But it just seems that the people who have the good ear later develop the great voice.
It's you can't train yourself to sing in key. If you can hear, you can hear. If you can't hear, you'll never hear. I mean, I know people who've been trying to sing for 10 years, and no matter what they do, they can't manage to pitch their voice to the acoustic guitar. But within Primordial, we're all quite lucky to be reasonably gifted that every one of us can hear what the next note should be, what the harmony should be, where this should go. And if as soon as a single thing is out of tune in the room, everyone stops. We all know. And I suppose we're kind of lucky like that. Most bands, I don't think have everyone who knows that instantly. You just hear the resonance, they hear the sound. I'm not the most musically gifted of the band by any means, but after 18 years, if you can't hear when something is in or out, you should really fucking quit. I still blame the whiskey, but okay.
I've got to say, Rock Hard magazine, I guess had some sort of festival, and Primordial played, and a song from that live show appeared on one of the Rock Hard compilation CDs that come with the magazine.
Yeah.
Rock Hard is a magazine in Germany for people who don't know.
It's the biggest metal magazine
and when
in
I
the
heard
world.
Coffin Ships on that song, on that CD, I actually had to stop driving because I couldn't believe how intense that was.
Yeah.
I think it blew away the studio version. I was wondering if there's any chance that might become available to fans. I think you owe it to them for them to hear that.
That whole of that show is actually a bonus disc, but it's only on the European release of the book of the last album, which I don't think was available in North America.
Some people might say DNA right now they're a sellout, or they might they might suck, etc., etc.
What is a tongue goblet?
Oh, the tongue gauntlet, right.
Yeah, where's your roadie, by the way?
Oh shit, you need to ask him. He's selling merch right now. But anyway, yeah, the tongue gauntlet. It's this tradition. When you get on a tour bus, if it's your first time on the bus, you have to run the tongue gauntlet. Like inside a tour bus, it's like just like rows and rows of bunks.
Right.
What you do is everyone lies in their bunks and sticks their tongue out, and then you have to run down naked.
They were talking about your particular size.
We're actually.
It's true what they said.
The size of what?
What thing?
Of your schlong.
That certain part of the male body.
Oh.
It's normal.
Is it normal? I mean, I know that the two
I
of
don't know.
you,
No,
like,
no.
yeah,
I didn't
no,
see it. I didn't see it. I don't want to see it.
Size doesn't matter.
What about like if you're really drunk and like using the bathroom? Maybe he like went to sleep without clothes on.
Wait, before asking them, ask him what his favorite badva is.
Badva?
Yeah, ask him what
What's
his
a
favorite...
badva? What's your favorite badva?
Badva.
Badva?
Different word for color? I don't know. I was just...
барва. Какой твой любимый цвет? Желтый, конечно. Конечно, желтый. Yellow. Я обожаю желтый цвет.
It was just so he could be in the interview.
Мы просто сказали, что ты будешь в интервью участвовать, а не на что я ответил. Да ничего, ничего.
And tell me about these nails of yours, actually. They're quite cat-like.
Oh, yeah, these are my whore claws.
Great cat.
Great cat.
Have you ever had any problems getting your weird instruments working in the frozen wasteland of Norway? Like when you climb up into the mountains and look upon the fjords to compose your lyrics and your music, do you think, where am I going to plug in my mellotron?
They're actually pronounced fjords. Sometimes when bands do a cover of a song, they do it exactly the same. But the more interesting bands, they change it somewhat to make it your own.
Yes.
Are you familiar with the Melissa album of Merciful Fate?
No.
No?
Yeah, some songs.
Well, perhaps you would know this. Can you talk the rest of the guys into maybe doing a cover of Curse of the Faroe Islands?
Cover of
Curse of the Faroe Islands.
Curse of the Faroe Islands.
I don't know that song.
I'll try.
It's on Melissa album.
Yeah, I don't know.
But where exactly are the Faroe Islands? Are they on the Nile River?
They are located between Iceland and Scotland, right in the middle.
And
It's 18 islands, not just one.
all right, so I'm a little bit confused the connection between Egypt and the Nords. Were the pharaohs born on the Faroe Islands?
The
Or were they
Faroe,
buried there.
the Faroe Islands means the sheep islands. It's nothing to do with Pharaoh.
Greece in the ancient world was advanced beyond everybody.
Yes.
But in the modern world, what happened along the way? What do you think?
I don't know, we were in this level and we just stayed there, let's say. It was like this and everybody was going up and we just stayed in one place.
Well, somebody told me that maybe because the early Greeks were so intelligent people don't really want to conquer other people so much.
It sounds sophisticated, but I don't know if it's like this.
It seems that your lyrics have a suspicious absence of leprechauns. Is it because Irish people are forbidden to speak of those creatures?
Yeah, we're not allowed. It's just a myth that we attempt to perpetrate to lure stupid Americans over to spend their fucking dollars in cheap and tacky fucking gift shops, you know. And I actually have been asked by American tourists where you might possibly find leprechauns.
Have you ever kissed the Blarney Stone?
Yeah, the Blarney Stone does actually exist.
I know,
But
but I heard that
people piss on it.
Irish natives urinate on it.
Yeah, they piss on it, yeah. Because of that very reason. I mean, you'll be arrested, but they piss on the Blarney Stone because of what it...
So that
it's like the heart of Lothian when you go to Scotland in Edinburgh. Anybody who's anti-English spits on the heart. So.
Have you ever recorded vocals on has someone else ever recorded vocals on a Kreator album, but you still wrote that you did the vocals?
Who should that have been?
Because I heard of an artist doing that called Millie, and the only Millie Vanilli is...
That joke's been so... Man, that's like been done in the 80s already.
I heard that Quebecians maybe hate Anglo-Canadians. What is this?
Well, that's the whole dilemma of Canadian and Quebecer.
if you really want to go through that, it's gonna take a long time. But it's just a matter of getting respected and all that, and it's because at one point we were about to separate from the rest of Canada. We were that close. We're just at the very limit, half and half, and and it's always been a sort of not a war, but we called it the two solitudes, and in Canada it's like the English and the French, and of course it's totally different cultures, and they have somehow the federal government has to acknowledge that there is a different society in Quebec than in Alberta, but they don't want to do that. They want to, so it's just put more oil on the fire when they say no, we don't want to do it. So it's an old war there, and.
But when America invades Canada, Anglo and Franco will unite.
There are many women who are very obsessed with you. Many King Diamond Nurse fans would love you. I know it's true because I know a few of them myself. And how do you feel about this? And did you get approached by
I wish I'd known earlier.
Actually, I have a friend who went to see your band last night, and she said that she pointed to her tattoo of your face on her arm.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember.
So there's one of them.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Like, I would think, does it freak
Like I
you
said, I
out?
wish I'd known. It would have been nice.
She's probably here tonight, so.
Mike?
Are you flattered, or how do you feel about it?
Well, that's totally old fucking cool, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's not, you don't expect that many women at the type of shows we have. I don't know why, it's just kind of like feeling you have, But when you think about it, you do see quite a few actually, and it's a little bit surprising sometimes, and it's like front row, like willing to get squashed, into it big time, and you can't say that's because they have the hots for somebody, but I mean, like, they're into the band. I know that, and that is surprising, cool to see, and it's surprising to see how many really young people are coming to the shows, it's a whole new generation that's coming in there, which is, the past 2 years I've noticed that a lot, and they know all the songs, even those that were really before they ever had their first tape or something like that, so that's really cool to see,
And do you get approached by groupies a lot?
You know what? I'm never around. That's the way I have.
You don't have time to track you down, I see.
The way I have to tour, right, is if the bus leaves at 8 in the morning and gets to the next city at 2 or 3, I usually will go to bed and sleep till like maybe dinner comes. Sometimes it comes, sometimes it doesn't. And then I have to arrange all my shit, all the makeup, shopping, and whatever else needs to be done, It takes a long time, and usually I'm done like 5 minutes before or after the security comes to get me, and then we go to the show. I come like this every night, a few minutes before show time, and then we go and do it, and then I go straight to the hotel, because I'm so drenched this way that I have to try and get that shit off as quick as possible, and it gets late. Before it takes an hour and a half to get all that shit done and be showered and stuff. For the boys, it's extremely important, and by that time when I'm done, it's 3 or 4 in the morning. Then I get another 3 or 4 hours sleep, and then the bus leaves. That's usually how it goes every day. So, to say bluntly, I hate touring, except for that hour and a half on stage, hour and 45, man. I love it so much that it makes up for all the bullshit. It makes up all the bullshit. But I never see anybody. It's like, might as well put me in prison.
May I ask a question?
No.
I just want one. It's not a silly question. It's not a nonsense.
No.
So what made you decide to bring back the keytar, I have to ask?
Well, I don't know. It was back when this band started, like, hey guys, wouldn't it be funny if we had a keytar? Because, back when we started, it was all a big stupid joke, So then, I got this keytar, and we're like, actually, this is really cool. I can sing and party and rock out and pretend it's a huge dick,
Very nice.
I'm actually planning on getting some spray cream attached to it, and maybe some device where I can press a button and it spurts everywhere.
That is a fantastic idea. I hope
Chicks
you go
and
through
dudes.
that.
If you've ever thought about running for office in Germany,
When you meet someone that knows things about your band, you know, that does their homework.
Yes. Not unlike some other people. What was that again? The Grimoire of Exalted Deeds. That guy there, like you, was wearing horns even at one point. I think. Oh yeah.
He is an awful person. You know, I hear that he is not metal at all. It's just all a show. You know.
He's like, you know, he's claiming all the time that he's like into death metal. But the more you brag about it, the less it's credible. You know.
What do you like to do as a bass player the most?
Play bass.
Do you work on hip movements and such in front of a mirror? Like David Vincent?
Well, I don't really do it in front of a mirror anymore because, you know, I think I sort of got it down by now.
But what is it? Is it the love of the sound? Is it the love of using your fingers?
Wow. Oh, yeah. It's good to be interviewed by you again, Bill. Yeah. No, you know, I just like playing bass. I like playing in a band. I like playing good music. I just ended up playing bass. And I enjoy it because it sounds good to me.
Did you ever cheat on your bass guitar and play another instrument?
Yeah.
What
Lots
is
of
that?
times. Well, you know, the 6-string version with the thinner little strings. That one. You know, and I've sort of like dabbled a little bit and played a little bit of drums here and there, and put my finger on a keyboard once or twice. Tinkle the ivories.
Are you Moscow Russians?
Yep.
You are. The reason why I ask is I have a friend who said that the Moscow Russians do not even say that they are Slavs, that they are better than Slavs. Is that true or?
Москвичи говорят, что они даже не славяне, они даже лучше, чем славяне. Это правда или нет?
Москвичи — это помесь славянов с финно-уграми.
Что?
Чего?
Что ты сказала?
Москвич — это помесь славянов с финно-уграми.
Yes, Moscow Russians
Из татар
is
вообще.
Moscow Russians is just citizens of Moscow. People who live in Moscow, it's not nationality.
But Moscow Russians do not like Ukrainians, I have been told.
What do you mean Moscow Russians? Is Russians who live in Moscow or who live in other Russian
I
countries?
am just asking if there is a bad feeling.
To Ukrainians?
Yeah.
У тебя есть плохие чувства к украинцам?
Только родственные.
Only relatives.
Okay. Because I know that Russia was originally Kievan Russian.
Он знает, что изначально это была Киевская Русь.
And they invited the Swedish Vikings to rule.
И они пригласили шведских викингов рулить, типа королей шведских.
Ну, хрен знает.
Скажем, что это спорный вопрос. Историками окончательно не доказано.
It's not for sure not proved by historians.
Oh, okay.
I was actually personally surprised with the track Ethica Odini, just because it was a little bit more simplistic, not in a bad way, I'm not trying to trivialize your musicianship, but also more simplistic and a little bit more repetitive than some of your songs had been in the past.
You have been known to wear armor on stage.
True.
Yes. And is that historical Faroese armor?
No. No such thing. No, there is no such thing.
There hasn't been dug up any armor in the Faroes, not to my knowledge at least.
Have you ever heard the term bear sark?
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means a guy who goes crazy in war without armor.
And is that a Faroese thing?
Berserker.
Well, every
Yes,
Saturday.
it's been heard of.
Every Saturday night, yeah.
Yes.
Because I was going to ask if maybe you wear armor in America because of the censorship, but in Europe you go bear sark.
The name Voivod comes from the book Dracula, and the Voivod character is based on Dracula, except that it's more in a sci-fi context and post-apocalyptic world. Except for that, you know, except for being a survivor,
It's not that connected to the book at all. It's a brand new thing that we developed.
And what are your influences? No, just kidding. It seems that your imagination is too active for you to be happy in a typical day job. Have your studies and your interests made it difficult for you to be able to fit into the role of an average working man?
I never fitted. I hardly ever had a job. I've always done this and that and the other thing to get by, and no, I feel completely confined by that 9-to-5 world. I just can't resign myself to that. So whatever I can do to avoid it, I have done.
So you live the life of a true artist?
I don't know about a true artist. It's a bit of a misnomer. I don't know.
Not compromising. Squalor sometimes.
No, I mean you live within your means. I don't. The accumulation of materialization is not something that really, fucking drives me as a human being. I'm more interested in creating something that outlasts me and living life to its fullest extent and seizing what comes for you every day. Life is short, and I'm not going to spend most of those days sitting in a fucking office.
In your early days, you mentioned to the press that you cursed Manowar. What? What was the reason for that?
I've never mentioned that in the press. That must be one of his little things, man.
No, I've heard that Manowar, you put a spell of destruction on them.
I've heard that they thought I did that. Probably because they had very bad conscience about certain things. They did too much on Fate during an early tour in '83, But we played with them since, in the same bill and actually right after each other and stuff. No problem with them at all.
No hard feelings?
No, never. I mean, I don't walk around holding grudges to people. Some people like don't hate Kiss, this and that. No, I don't hate Kiss at all because of that little makeup suit and stuff like that. It's why waste good energy on walking around being mad at other people when it's a situation that's been solved and all this stuff. There's no reason to it at all. At that time, it sucked a bit, when it happened. But I mean, it was resolved so quick that it was. Who cares,
Thank you very much for your answers. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I was really afraid of this one, but it was.
Oh! Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
I guess there's nothing else to add.
No, not really. I think we covered everything, and we've been anatomically and philosophically correct the whole interview.
Was this surprising? You probably expected an interrogation today.
Well, I think this was slightly interrogating, wasn't it? You're always intimidating.
You can't ask Groodle to do other things. Okay. Anyway, but it was wonderful interviewing you, and I'm sorry that I just mispronounced your name, but it was for the sense of comedy. I know that it's Grootele, not Grootel.
Do you like how she turns the interview into herself instead of you? She's very self-absorbed.
I am not.
Shouldn't be too hard on her,
Yeah, no, he's very hard on me.
Yeah,
I was actually asking you very personal questions. See, he'll hit you, but he won't hit me.
You did the artwork for Nothing Face?
Yeah?
Do you remember at the time there were a lot of people in the art community who said that computer art is not art?
Oh, I got that all through the 80s. Why? Because I started in the 86. I think I bought an Amiga computer, and a lot of my friends told me it's not art and all that, and I kept telling them, well, wait 20 years and you'll see, it's only gonna be digital art. And now it's Illustrator, Photoshop. That's the standard. But back then, yeah, I got that a lot actually, especially from people doing paintings.
I think it's just a tool. It's just another tool.
It saves a lot of time. you just you delete and start over again instead of painting over again.
The people who don't like the very fast black metal, they say that the drummers. If they didn't have triggers, that they would be nothing.
Yeah.
Because they say that you can't play that fast and still hit hard.
Yeah.
So what is your...
I don't use triggers, so I'm good.
So how can you play so fast and still hit hard?
I use mics and I try to do my best, but I don't know. It's not cheating. It's nothing.
Okay.
It's not cheating.
Some drums they use triggers also for the good quality of the sound, because if you hit hard and if you're not, it's the same sound because it's a sample. That's what the triggers do. And I don't like to judge, other drummers, but I believe that it's better to to have your own sound. What comes from your foot, to hear it directly, or what comes from your hand.
So I know that this particular tour, there are many problems.
Yeah.
I think you lost your drum kit or something?
No. Everything went fine.
Everything?
Yeah.
But if you were taken out of your drum kit and placed on another one,
Yeah.
would you be uncomfortable?
That's what I will do today.
Yeah.
I will play with Satyricons drums.
Okay.
So I think I will manage it.
All right.
I think I can handle it.
So
really, I hope so.
I'm just wondering because it's not as easy as a guitar.
I haven't tested yet.
Okay.
I know. It's like playing here.
There's a story from your first American tour where your bus became stuck in the swamp, and that when your band members came back, they came back to huge spiders attacking.
Well, see, it's kind of true. Those guys were out checking out this. The boss had gone down on the axle in the back, and the two guys that went out, when they came back in, they had a couple of big spiders sitting on their pants, so they wiped them off and started closing the bus up. And when this guy came from the rigger company, he told us that it was good we hadn't explored the area. It was the middle of the night, so it's pitch dark. He said it was a major gator area, so yeah.
I have walked the path of death, and there is neither beach nor boy on that path.
How do you know? Have you ever visited every regions of death?
I've visited a lot more than you know.
Oh my god. She's an explorer.
But really, that was a little bit interesting to see. Do you think that, maybe that particular member might not have musical influence, but...
Nah, I know who you're talking about. It's the bass player. He's not there at the moment. I can say all the bullshit I want about you, fucker. So...
No one cares about the bass player. Sometimes.
So actually, it's from the bass player, so who cares? He likes the Beach Boys.
Really? Maybe you'll ever have any, Beach Boy, harmony influenced vocals on your next album?
Yeah, we were thinking about posing with painted surfs, but that will be too much.
Have you ever wondered, why God, why can't I be a death metal vocalist, or is a bassist the best person to be in a band?
I'm happy playing bass. I wish I could be an awesome death metal vocalist. I wish I could be like the new David Vincent, musically, I mean. But I just don't have that kind of voice. I don't.
I caught you. You didn't contradict me when I said God. Are you an atheist, or were you just being polite and didn't want to?
Just being polite.
All right. So would you like to share with people? I know you might lose fans if you admit that you don't embrace Jesus as your personal savior. Would you like to talk about that? How did you become a member of the path, the enlightened path?
Always been. It's like, you believe in Santa Claus when you're a kid, but at some point...
I still do.
Yeah, but that's you. And, you find out that it's not true.
So you had an oral tradition as well, so were things really lost forever, do you think? A lot of things were, there's no doubt about that. And it's not a thing specifically pertaining to the North. It happens everywhere all the time. All things get lost, traditions, and it's happened in the North as everywhere, no doubt about that. And the spread of Christianity has especially eradicated the past. I think actually it's one of the biggest cultural vandals ever, the Catholic Church.
It changes from century to century.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Evolution, and they don't believe in evolution yet their story changes.
Yeah, it's always nice.